Hi, today I'm going to give you a quick introduction to our new mappings engine for our accounting integrations. Once you've connected to an accounting platform through Stok.ly, in this case we're looking at Sage 200 integration, you'll be faced with creating your mappings, which is you telling Stok.ly how it wants to treat certain documents when it pushes that information through to the accounting platform. All of this is done with this input document tree structure here, where we can create logic to treat different documents differently. I'll take you through how that works now. So the document types that we can sync in Stok.ly, we have items. We can push through customers, suppliers, manufacturers. These make up contacts in the majority of accounting platforms. And then for those contacts, we can push through the purchase invoices, sale invoices, manufacturing invoices. We can also push through payments for sale invoices and credits. The way this tree structure works is we can start telling Stok.ly how certain things should be treated as we go down specific branches. So when Stok.ly goes to sync a document, for example, if it was a purchase invoice, it would come to this first branch. It would say, I'm trying to sync a purchase invoice. Do I match this branch? In this case, it does. So it will start to move down this branch. So in this particular instance, it will set auto sync to yes. You could set this up that if you wanted your sales invoices to automatically sync, but your purchase invoices to not automatically sync, you could make this so that it wasn't matching sale invoices. You could change this to no. And then further down here where we have something that is also matching sale invoices, we can set the auto sync to yes. So in this case, the document type is a purchasing invoice. It matches this branch. It starts moving down here. And when I remove sales invoice from there, made that branch kind of redundant. So, but we could add a new one here to say if the document type is the manufacturing invoice, we would like to set the nominal code to something different than if it's a purchasing invoice. So maybe we have different nominals for purchasing invoices versus manufacturing invoices. Can handle that very, very easily. On our test account, all the nominals just come through as test codes, but this would be something like your 300 purchasing nominal, and this could be 301 manufacturing invoices, but you'd be free to set that up however you like. Any nominal codes that you create in your charter of accounts will pull into this list every time you load this page. Other common use cases that we come across would be the instance of, okay, yes, I want to sync my sales invoices, but not all of my sales invoices go through to the same nominal code. Here we have an example of my Amazon orders and my eBay orders go to different nominal codes, but equally you could separate your sales invoices by a lot of various information. It could be for specific channels. It could be based on the currency of the invoice. Maybe your USD sales go to a different nominal code than your GBP sales. If for any reason it was sales value that separated that, maybe orders over £10,000 go to one nominal, orders under £10,000 go to a different one. Equally, you could look at the customer that made the order. So maybe specific customers, you have different nominals for those. Equally, scrolling down, the same is true of purchasing invoices or manufacturing invoices. Have this same branch again, where we've basically separated this by currency. So you can see if I have a purchase invoice that's in GBP, it's going to go through to my GBP purchases nominal. Equally, if I have a purchase invoice that's in USD, it's going to go through to a different nominal. So hopefully you can see how flexible and just the sheer number of criteria that you can use to start to determine which documents will go through to which nominals. Other use cases that come up a lot, for instance, would be if I'm synchronizing sales invoices and they're coming from eBay. Maybe I do 10,000 eBay orders a day. They're all different customers. I don't want every single one of those customers being created as an individual customer record in my accounting platform. So another option we have here, if it's a sales invoice, if it's from an eBay channel, I can add an action and I can call just set customer. This will show me the list of all of my customers. I could create a customer called, for example, eBay customer or online e-commerce orders or Barry Manilow, and I can set the customer, and that means that any sales invoice coming from eBay will go through to my accounting platform as if it came from Barry Manilow. Maybe I don't want this to happen for just eBay orders. Maybe I want it to happen for eBay and Amazon orders. Maybe I want it to happen for every sales invoice that we synchronize through. If that was the case, rather than pulling it in one of these child branches, we could just set a new action right here and do the same thing. We can set customer, and this will work for all sales invoices. One other thing I'd like to quickly touch on outside of the mappings is the concept of aggregation. Aggregation would be very relevant if you were running a EPOS point of sale business where you're doing hundreds of transactions a day and you don't want every single transaction to go through as its own invoice through to your accounting platform. This is another very common use case we encounter. Aggregation allows you to say, for sales invoices, I would like to sync them at set periods each day. The scheduling is very, very flexible. We provide you some presets. Maybe you want to do it every day at 10 p.m, every Monday at 9 a.m. Equally, you could do it on the first of the month, every Tuesday and Thursday at 12:30. It will populate this input for you so that you don't need to worry about how to do it so much yourself. But equally, if you wanted to do every Monday and Thursday, you could select this one and then you could just come in here and change that to a 1, and now it's going to synchronize every Monday and Thursday of the week at 12:30 p.m. And what this will do is it will take every sale invoice that's been made between the last time it's synchronized and now. It will group them all together and it will push those through as a single transaction through to your accounting platform. Hopefully that gives you an idea of some of the flexibility and the power of our new mappings engine and our accounting integrations. But if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you.